We are back outside with the Kamado Grill, and I'm making this video for one simple reason. London Sunshine has offered the ability for one viewer of this video to win one of these things free and have it drop shipped to your home. This is Father's Day month, and it might be a good time to think about it. Let me tell you how it's going to happen. Before we get started, let me just remind you this video does contain an affiliate link to London Sunshine. However, I made an announcement before that I am not taking any money from the affiliate links. If you decide to buy something, and I'm not encouraging you to do so, but if you decide to buy something, all of that money is going to go toward the new small creators grant that we have established to give away $500 grants to YouTube content creators with less than 1,000 subscribers. We've already started having some people fill out the application, and so it is beginning to take hold. We already have the money for this year's grant, so anything moving forward will go toward next June. We'll just add all that money up throughout the year, and we'll go from there. This video is really about the giveaway. But I also want to let you know there is a discount from London Sunshine in the description below if you decide you need something besides a free 13-inch Kamado Grill. Let's get back to the video. So I'm just waiting on the charcoal to get hot here. It is about up to 300 degrees right now, and it's really starting to take off. As I mentioned before in the first video, I've got this vent open here at the bottom, fully open all the way, and I've got the top vent open all the way to really let that air draw through and bring that fire up. Somebody had mentioned in the comments of the previous video that I should get some lump charcoal, and I've done that. I'm using lump charcoal this time instead of briquettes. We'll see how it works. I'm going to let that temperature get up somewhere around 450, 500 degrees, and then I have this absolutely, let's see if I can get this up here close enough to the thing where it might actually put it in focus. I have this absolutely beautiful prime ribeye, not prime choice, not going that road again, but prime ribeye. I have seasoned it all over top and bottom and around the sides with coarse kosher salt to do a dry brine. So it's been in the refrigerator for about 24 hours. Now, I've caught some flack on some previous videos when I talk about a dry brine. People don't actually think that's a thing. I would suggest you go to Google, type in dry brine, and just take a look at what you get, because it is definitely a thing. My cooking here is going to be a little different than normal. The last time I cooked a ribeye out here, not in the video, but just I've been doing a lot of cooking. You know, this thing is wonderful, so I've been using it a lot. But a ribeye that's maybe about an inch thick, I might put it in at 450 degrees, sear it for about 2 minutes on one side, flip it, sear it for about 2 minutes on the other side, and it's pretty much done after that. This one, however, is about 2 inches thick, and it's going to take a little longer to get done in the middle. So I'm going to sear it at a really high heat, and then I'm going to close the vents off and let it the heat start to come down. And then I'll just keep checking it with a temperature gauge here. I want to get it to about, for me, about 115 or 120, closer to 115. I like it a little less done in the middle, but around that area before we get finished. So I'll be right back. When this reaches temperature, I'll be right back to put this ribeye on the grill. All right, the temperature in this thing is up about 510, 520 degrees. That's perfect for me. I'm going to go ahead and throw this thing on here, and we're going to see what we got. So just make sure I can grab it without it falling apart.
And I'm going to leave that on there about a minute and a half or 2 minutes. While we're talking that, let me just share with you how you can win one of these for yourself. London Sunshine reached out to me and they were very pleased with the video we did the first time and wanted to know if I was interested in giving one of these to a viewer on this channel. So here's how you register. In the comments below, just type out the words London Sunshine, all one word, no space, London Sunshine. You don't need a hashtag. Don't write anything else in the comment. Don't give me a paragraph and then put London Sunshine at the bottom. I'll miss it. London Sunshine, that's it. I'm going to wait about a week. This is Thursday, so next Thursday, whoever we have in the mix, I'll put all those into a spreadsheet. I'll choose a random number off a random number generator online, and that person that's in that spot of the spreadsheet will win this Kamado Grill, a 13-inch Kamado Grill. They're about $230, if I remember correctly, and they weigh about 50 pounds. So these things are perfect for a single person like me. They're perfect for a couple with no kids. They're really great for people in apartments that don't have a lot of room, maybe a balcony outside, just a little space to put a grill. If you got a family of 4, 13-inch Kamado is probably not what you need, but you could still register to win one because it might be a great present for you to give somebody else. So just go into the comments, type in London Sunshine, all one word. You don't need a hashtag. That's it. That's all I want in that comment. Move on. Only do it once. I will not count. If you do it 17 times, I will not count 17 entries. It's 1 entry per person. Let's get back to this steak. That is starting to sear up really nicely on the outside. I'm going to close this again. I need to leave that top vent open. And we'll be back in just a minute when it's time to turn everything down, let you know what the temperature is inside this beautiful piece of steak. Okay, I've got that sear right where I want it. I mean, it's looking beautiful on the outside. Not up to temperature in the middle yet, so I have closed this vent down a little bit, and I have closed the top vent down. Let me just grab my phone here so you can see kind of where it's at. So I've closed the top vent down so that it doesn't have much air coming out anymore. And this is where we're at the bottom. I am still at about 500 degrees inside. And so I'm going to close that completely. I'm going to close this completely. I'm going to starve that fire of oxygen so it'll die down. I should be watching this temperature fall here as it goes, and it will sort of begin to soften up the heat inside and allow this steak to just continue to cook through the middle. We'll be back when it's done. All right, I've got a little bit of thickness on one side, maybe a little thinner on the other. It's pretty close all the way around to the temperature I want. The temperature has fallen down to about 425 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and risk it and pull this puppy out here. Let me grab my phone so we can see what this looks like up close. Let me come around the other side where the sun will light it up a little better. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Okay, I am in the absolute worst possible light right now. The sun is setting behind the camera, shining full in my face. I should have waited a little longer, but I didn't. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut it in a couple of places. One on the thin end, one on the thick end. And I'm going to show you, I may have to get my phone out to show you what this looks like. Let's get my phone to see what this looks like without getting my shadow in it too much. That is one really nice piece of meat right there. So I have a little something to top it off. You notice when I did a video on cooking a ribeye, I did dried coffee grounds on the steak. It's not possible when you're cooking with charcoal. So just to kind of add a little bit to it, I've got some blue cheese crumbles here that I'm just going to throw on because I absolutely love blue cheese on steaks. All right, let's see what this... Oh, man, that cuts so good. Oh, it just cuts so good. The only seasoning I put on the steak was the kosher salt that I dry brined it with. And because it's so thick, you can put on quite a bit of salt. The steak will take it. Oh, man. That may be one of the best steaks I've ever cooked. So, don't forget, in the comments below, leave the phrase London Sunshine. All one word. You don't need a hashtag. Don't put anything else in the comment. Just that, so that it stands out to me when I go through to look at them. We have 1 week. At the end of that week, we'll announce a winner. Thank you all for joining me. We'll see you all next time. I am the man. Woo.